Hello and welcome. In this tutorial, we will explore how to save, load, and reset data using JSON in Unity. First, we create a new object in the hierarchy and name it save. This object will be responsible for managing our save system. After that, we will create a script and attach it to this object. Now we define a simple class called player.er. This class holds three values: player name, score, and level. We mark it as system, serializable, so Unity can easily convert it into JSON format. In the SaveManager class, we declare a variable called filePath. For this tutorial, we will save our file inside the Assets folder. This will allow us to easily access the saved data while working in the Unity editor. By doing this, we can quickly check if the JSON file is created correctly and verify the data inside it. However, keep in mind that this method is mainly for testing purposes in a real game. In the SaveData function, we first create a new player.er object and assign some sample values to it, such as a player name, score, and level. This represents the data we want to store. Next, we use JSON utility, JSON, to convert this object into a JSON unformatted string, making it readable and easy to save. Finally, we write this JSON string to a file using file.writeAllText, ensuring that our data is stored properly. If everything works correctly, you will see a log message in the console displaying the saved JSON data, along with the file path where it has been stored. This allows us to confirm that the saving process is working as expected. In the load.data function, the first thing we do is check whether the save file exists in the specified location. This is important because if there is no saved file, trying to load data would result in an error. If the file does exist, we proceed by reading its contents using file read_text, which retrieves the stored JSON data as a string. Then we use JSON utility from_player.er greater than to convert this JSON string back into a player.er object. This process allows us to reconstruct the previously saved player information, such as their name, score, and level. Finally, we display the loaded data in the console using debug log, making it easy to verify that the data was retrieved correctly and matches what was saved earlier. To test our saving system, we use the update function to listen for key presses. The update function runs continuously every frame, making it perfect for checking player input. Inside update, we use input getKeyDown to detect when a specific key is pressed. Press S to save the data. When this happens, the SaveData function is called, creating a new JSON file. It's time to test our system. When we press the L key, the load.data function is called. Now, I'm going to call the SaveData function, which will store my player's information in a JSON file. As you can see, our file has been successfully created. Now, we are going to call the load.data function again to retrieve our saved data. If we open the JSON file, we can see the stored values for the player name, score, and level. By modifying these values directly in the file and saving the changes, we can influence the data that gets loaded into our game. Now, I will show you how to reset the saved data back to its default values. When I press the R key, the reset.data function will execute. This function creates a new player.er object with default values, setting the player name to default, the score to 0, and the level to 1. Then it deletes the existing save file to remove any previously stored data. This is especially useful if you need to implement a new game or reset progress feature in your project. However, one of the most important things to remember when using this system in your projects is where you save your data. Instead of storing it in the regular assets folder, you should always use application.persistent data path. This ensures that the save system works correctly even after building the game, making it compatible with different platforms like Windows, Android, and iOS. If you don't use persistent.datav, your save files will be lost once the game is built and played outside of the Unity editor. So keep this in mind when integrating JSON base saving and loading in your projects. Alright, now it's time for the final tests. You can follow the logs in the console to see if everything is working correctly. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to leave a like. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.